Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Saratoga Racecourse here on Saturday. It is the 26th of August, 2025. Good luck the stakes races on the program from the spa. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the stakes action races 9 and 10 from Saratoga. Ninth race from Saratoga. It is the Lake George Stakes. It's a grade three event going for a $175,000 purse. Race for three-year-old fillies. Very good field of 11 horses entered, 11 horses in MTO. Only 10 will go to the inner turf course, 1,700-meter journey or mile 16th on that inner turf course. Then to take the full horse Lavender Disaster as a top selection. 4, 5, and 110 for me in the superfecta. 4, 5, 110 super. Top selection four is Lavender Disaster. Throw a filly by Into the Mischief. Chad Brown trains one for Peter Brandt. I Tease Jr. gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently on 3rd July at Saratoga, a mile in the Wild Applause Stakes, and he finished third by 3 3/4 lengths that day. He just stalked all around the race course. He was wide, and he just kind of yielded late. It wasn't his day to win. Also, they had a turf course. The opening 2 weeks of this meeting was playing towards front-running speed. You had to be on the lead to win. He just didn't have that. He wasn't with the bias that they Classic Q won that they really just kept going on the front and could have probably won by more. But this horse just wasn't with them early on that day, which cost him. I think the turf course is a little bit leveler since then. I think you can find the trip to the win. And also he's a better poster here today. Two back in the lounge race at Aqueduct, 1 mile on the 25th of May, winning by 3/4 length from a tracking trip. He had not the best beginnings and a bit of a trouble trip in the lane, but he moved there up in the lane. First start since October. I thought that was a decent effort. And then the 6th of October at Aqueduct, mile 16th on the inner in the grade 2 Miss Grillo, finishing 12th by 15 lengths that day. He had to be checked, and he just was not comfortable at the top of the lane. He got carried out. It wasn't his day to win. And then on debut in mid-September at Aqueduct, mile 16th in a main special weight on the outer, winning by 3/4 length. He didn't get out of the gate so clearly, but after that, he really excelled, quickening up nicely. Refreshing here, I think he can win. It wouldn't surprise me either if the 5-horse Classic Q steals it on the front end. He stole on the front end in the Wild Applause quite nicely by a half length. Before that, he ran the Regret over the mile and eighth at Churchill, where he finished 7 by 7/4 lengths, where he just kind of weakened out of it. Just maybe the mile and eighth a little bit too long for him. I think a mile's in his wheelhouse. He won three back on opening weekend at Churchill, going a mile on the turf course. First time and only time older horses, won by 4 3/4 lengths from a tracking trip. He really came home clear. His races in South Florida weren't bad at all. Refreshing here. I'll give him a shot on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the ninth from Saratoga now, it's the grade 3 Lake George. Gonna take the 4 horse Lavender Disaster. Give kudos to the 5-horse Classic Q. 4, 5, 110 Super. 4, 5 in the multi race. The feature 10th race, local prep race for the Travers. It is the Jim Dandy Stakes. It's a grade 2 event going for a $500,000 purse race for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 5 horses going 1,800 meters or a mile and eighth here in the Jim Dandy. Gonna go with the 5-horse Sovereignty. 5-3-1-2 for me in the superfecta. 5-3-1-2 super. Top selection of 5-horse Sovereignty. 3-year-old Colt by Into the Mischief. Belmont trains this one. Junior Alvarado gets the mount. They ran the horse most recently on the 7th of June at Saratoga. Good main track, a mile and a quarter in the grade 1 Belmont Stakes. He ran a race of his life. He won by 3 lengths. He sat back early, had a similar trip like he had at the Belmont, swung a little bit wide late, but he came home like a quarter horse. That was a very good run. Refreshing here. He's going to need a little bit more pace to close up into, but I think he could improve off that run and get the job done here today. He ran 2 back in the Kentucky Derby at Churchill, mile and a quarter on the 3rd of May. On the slop, winning by 1.5 lengths. He was way average early on. He was stupidly wide, but he grinded it out to the wire, quickened up nicely, beat Journalism Home, the Derby winner. The Preakness winner. He ran his heart out that day. And then the Florida Derby at Goldstream with the mile and eighth. He had a bit of a wide trip. He was breaking 10 of 10, which is not ideal to win out there at Goldstream. But he finished second by 1/4 lengths. He sat back early. He was closing up well. Tappan Street just had the jump on him, but he got beat that day. But he just was against the bias of the track. And then he won the Fountain of Youth quite easily at Goldstream, by winning by a neck, where he had the time to race perfectly and he got the job done. He's done everything right. He likes training on this track. 2 to 5, I know it's a crap price, but he could definitely win. But we're also at the graveyard of favorites. The 3-horse Moplex kept going back to him. I love his victor in the Ohio Derby. First started around 2 turns, winning by 2 lengths. He just kept going on the front end. That was a very good run. His base short before that really had 4 of the rivals. He won by head. He had to grind it out, but he got the job done. Coming back around 2 turns, he'll probably be on the lead. Let's see how far his pace goes. At 10 to 1, I would use him on the ticket. And also watch out for Baeza. He's been really good. His Derby race wasn't bad at all, where he gained a lot of ground, gained some ground in the Belmont Stakes, not as good as the Derby, but still a very good run. And in the San Antonio Derby, he was gaming it to the wire. 3-1, I'll give him a shot here on the ticket. But to recap my selection for the 10th from Saratoga now, it's the Jim Dandy. Going to take the 5-horse Sovereignty. Give kudos to the 3-horse Moplex and the 1-horse Baeza. 5-3-1-2 Super, 5-3-1 in the multi race. So good luck to him. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.